1-year, $8.5 million contract, up to $8.5 million contract with the Bucs. Denny, I mean, he has still a decent supporting cast here with the Bucs. They've kept their wide receivers. We know the offensive line has some significant questions, but there are worse places for Baker Mayfield to land despite Jay running the bus over the guy and then backing it up off of.
Well, if you want someone to get the bus off of Baker, I'm the wrong guy. I talked on the Roto World Football Show last week about how bad Baker Mayfield was last year, not just with the Panthers, but he went to L.A. and, you know, he was a little better, but he was still like bottom third in every conceivable category. So I don't see him being able to hold on to this starting job, even with the surrounding weapons. And who knows? I mean, is Mike Evans going to be on this roster in week 1? I don't know. I mean, they could be dealing, trying to deal guys for rebuilding purposes. So I think Baker is probably going to start. Is he going to hold the job? I don't think so. I think Trask is eventually.
I think we can be quick here with this section overall quarterbacks. I'll just really say I think it's about as good a landing spot for Baker's career as could have happened because again, at least at the moment, Godwin and Evans are there. He's somebody that has been good in the NFL at some points in his career. Obviously, it hasn't been that recently. But, yeah, not fantasy relevant. Like, even if he gets the job and remains, he doesn't run. We don't expect this to be, you know, an explosive offense. You know, he's a low-end QB2 that in the right matchup you might use in a bye week.
Barry, your Commanders signed Jacoby Brissett to a 1-year, $10 million contract. We know they've said they'd like to see what Sam Howell has. We got to see Sam Howell at the end of last year. So Commanders training camp officially will enter the Brissett-Howell competition.
Yeah, and Howell's going to be the guy, I think. You know, but I thought this was a good signing by the Commanders, but no fantasy relevancy. I don't think either guy is going to be fantasy relevant.
Do you think Ron Rivera is the kind of coach that will lean toward the veteran in Brissett and want to start him over Howell? I feel that feels like it's right to me.
Right. So Brissett was really good last year.
He was good.
Like, you're 100% right.
Part of the what's interesting here is just take it to more of an NFL conversation, right? Is that the expectation is that the Commanders are going to be sold. Thank God. soon, right? You know, there's been reports that the Snyders have actually cleared out the facility, and that, and you're steering news. Magic Johnson has joined one of the, the Josh Harris bid, and that this sale could happen sooner than later. And so the question becomes, if like a new owner comes in, basically probably says to Ron Rivera, "You got 1 year." He got signed to a 4-year deal. This is year 4. It's been Ron Rivera's had to deal with a lot of different things that most head coaches should never have to deal with. But you wonder if Ron Rivera's feels like his job's on the line. You know, I think it depends on what if the new owner says "Hey, Ron, play the rookie. It's fine. Here's an extension. We don't want you to be a lame duck coach." Then okay. But if it's sort of a prove-it year for Rivera, then you feel like you've got a better chance to win with Brissett.
By most advanced stats, last year, Jacoby Brissett was better than Aaron Rodgers. Jacoby Brissett had a really, really good season.
He really did. Underrated season.
He did. Yeah. No, I thought it was a really good signing by the Commanders, unless you're thinking of look, they should either see what they have in Sam Howell this year, and if they don't have, Graham Barfield put this out on Twitter, and I thought this was smart, saying see what you have in Sam Howell. And either you've got something, and wow, now you've got a rookie on a 5th-year deal or on a round 5 deal that you maximize that contract for the next couple of years, or if you don't have anything in Sam Howell, you're going to be awful, and then you finally have a top 10 pick next year,
and a great
quarterback
class. It's going to be a great quarterback
and a great quarterback class. Yeah. And the problem with Jacoby Brissett is Jacoby Brissett's almost too good. Because Jacoby Brissett's good enough to get you to 7 or 8 wins and get you in the middle of the pack once again, which is where they pick again this year.
Yep.
The Commanders have constantly been good enough to not be able to pick a franchise quarterback, but bad enough that they can't get to the playoffs.
The rest of the roster's too good though. Whatever happens,
defense,
it's not
right. It's a really good defense. They have good skill players, McLaurin and Dotson and Samuel and
and an NFC that just doesn't scare you. They kind of are the kings of treading water right now. And which way are they going to go?
Yeah, they're in purgatory, and I do think that Brissett will start more games than Howell this year. That would be my bet.
One more here, guys.
But I don't know that either guy has fantasy value. It's more of an NFL discussion.
And speaking of no fantasy value, we talked about it before. Andy Dalton goes to the Panthers. Interesting, 2-year contract up to $11 million, $8 million in guarantees. Good deal for Dalton at this stage of his career. I think backing up a rookie in an offense that you kind of shrug, you're not really going to be crazy over. But Denny, it does give them some veteran stability in that room.
Well, hopefully they don't do what the Matt Nagy Bears did and start Andy Dalton over their incoming rookie, like Andy Dalton started over Justin Fields, and they said he is the QB1, and with a famous social media post that we will never forget. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But Andy Dalton actually wasn't bad last year in New Orleans. He was the middle of the road in a lot of advanced stats, and you could do worse as a backup for sure.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and RotoWorld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, okay? Respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from RotoWorld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.